Welcome back to the Brick Brother. My name is Ian. I have this brand new Lego Nintendo Game Boy set, which I wasn't planning on getting, but I found it early as well as on sale. So I had to pick it up, and let me tell you right now, awesome set. Love it. I'm glad I got it. But as far as this set goes, it is called Game Boy. It has 421 pieces, retails for $60 US. Set number 72046, and yeah, very cool set. Let's take a look at the box, the instructions, as well as the actual set. Okay, here's the box. It is very tall and thin, so it doesn't fit super well on the landscape camera orientation, but we're gonna go with it anyways for now, and I'll just come up a little closer and you can see the details of the set. I really love this box. I know it's very simple and black, just like all of the other 18 plus sets, but I really love the gradient and the purple Game Boy logo there. I just love that purple color. Very nostalgic. Like I said, there's the specs already, and there is no light and light, sound, and digital play functions with this set, which a lot of people kind of are complaining about, but also it's Lego. It's a display toy. It's a building toy. It's not a video game. If you want a Game Boy, I say go buy a Game Boy. It'd probably work better than a Lego Game Boy anyways. But yeah, you can see one of the screens there as well as a stand. Two of the games included, the 3 lenticular screens we'll go over, as well as the two games right there, Zelda and Mario. And yeah, there's the side. There's nothing else really besides that. Got that piece there. And yeah, that's the box. So let's go into the instructions. Here's the instructions, plain white with the Game Boy there on a tilt with the Game Boy logo up there as well in purple, which I think looks great. There is the original Game Boy with a functioning Game Boy. It's not a Lego Game Boy. So you can see how similar they look, which is very fun. They did a phenomenal job, whoever the designer was. Fun little things in the front to learn about the Game Boy and stuff like that. There's some of the building components, which I actually will show you right now because I didn't take any videos while I was building it, which I should have. But you can see the different buttons there and the ways they made those be able to like push and everything, which I will show you with the actual set. And there's the back with like, I think that's like a disc of some sort, storage. You can see the knobs and everything. And then yeah, it tells you what each of these little things are that they made sure to include to make it accurate. And yeah, just fun. It goes over the two games that the cartridges they include, and the instructions are just very standard, normal Lego instructions. Yeah, it shows you how to put the game in as well and the display. So those are the instructions. Let's get right into the set. Here is the Game Boy all built. As you can see, there's a stand right here, which I'll take it off for a second so I can show you both of the stands. Get the most boring part out of the way first. I'll look at these in a second. But yeah, this holds the Game Boy. Very simple. It has that little knob there that goes into the phone's hole so that it can stay standing up. I'll show you on the stand. Very stable. Like this is like fairly heavy, so it sits there. Doesn't, I mean, I can do this and it won't really tip over. So very efficient stand there. As far as the stand for the game goes, it is pretty simple as well, although it has that little hole in the back so you can put the extra lenticular screens in. But it has these, I don't know what you actually call these. I need to figure that out because I have, no, I know most Lego jargon or whatever you call it, but it has those, I guess, hinge. I don't know, because these are kind of like hinges. These are like articulated hinges. more friction. Anyways, you can connect it there, and so, I mean, it can go forward like that. Not that you need it to, but so it just leans like that, and then the two extra lenticular screens just go, they slide on in the back, easy enough, and so they're hidden. I mean, not that you need to hide them, but I think it's a very nice thing to include, just because I wouldn't want these just anywhere. But let's take a look at these real quick. This is the Zelda one. These are very high quality too, like they're very smooth and they look great. So I'm very happy about these. Here's the Mario one, he's getting a star. And so here's the cartridge for this one, Super Mario Land. So I don't know that I've actually played this specific Mario game. I've played plenty of Mario games on the Game Boy. I used to have one. I usually played on a Game Boy Advanced though. I was a little younger when the original Game Boy came out. So, but this and the other cartridge, which I will grab, are the only two stickers included, which makes sense because these were stickers in the first place. This is all printed there. There's nothing else on the sides or the back, but it is kind of fun to see this because you'd have to blow the dust out so that the game would work if it was glitching. So there is the Super Mario Land one, and I will show you the side-by-side of the other cartridge there for Zelda, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which I have also never played, but I do want to play the one that they just, not that they just made for the Switch, but the one that they remastered for the Switch. I think it'll be fun. So anyways, like I said, this is also a sticker, but I think both of those stickers look great. It's not that hard to put on because it's quite big, and this also has printing on it as well. Nothing to see here other than when you take off this main part, if it's easy enough, you can see that save disc in there that they included that isn't in the Mario one. So kind of a fun little Easter egg that they didn't have to include, but they did. So yeah, let's take a look at the Game Boy now. We'll just do a quick spin around. So as you can see, it looks exactly like a Game Boy. There's nothing that makes it feel unlike a Game Boy in my opinion. But you can see all of these are all printed, all of these pieces, which I think make it look great. Here's the back. So this is classic. I always used to, play with that with my fingernails on my Game Boys. Here, this is a big printed piece. This could stand for something. I'm not actually sure. This might be like the date that the year and the date that the Game Boy came out, possibly. I don't know exactly, but you take that off to access where the game goes, which you would slide that down in there and it connects just like the stand does, and it pops right out pretty easily. So it has that little click, which is really nice. This is just there to keep the lenticular screen in there, and I will show you this one as well, which is my favorite, even though it's the most simple one. Just the Nintendo logo coming down when you turn on the Game Boy, which I love. Very nostalgic for me, so I like to keep that one in there. So we'll put the game back in. So yeah, there's the back. These you can rotate, bring it a little closer so you can see it, which is very satisfying. There's this one for the volume. Gotta turn it all the way up. As far as the other buttons go, these do push in, which is very satisfying as well. Same with the D-pad, which I'll try and get a certain angle there so you can see it going in a little bit, but very satisfying to push these. They feel like real buttons. These also you can push in, which are just tire pieces, which aren't connected at all, which they don't really come out, so I'm fine with that. But these are printed, like I said, just kind of some interesting pieces that they printed on, because like you wouldn't really print on the side of a 1x1 brick for the most part right there. So it's kind of cool how they were able to map out everything. Moving on to the top here, you can see the battery, light, and my printing here is a little off, which I don't care that much, but I feel like that's maybe how it would even be on a normal Game Boy, honestly. One of my favorite parts here is the on and off switch, and it's just a little piece on, I don't even know what those are called either. My Lego knowledge is failing me today, but a Technic pin, that's what I think it's called. Very satisfying to switch back and on, switch back on and off. So that's the Game Boy. I think it's an excellent set. I definitely recommend it, not just because I think it looks great and it looks accurate. Sure, that's a bonus, but also the building experience was amazing. I definitely recommend getting this set to build. I think it was probably one of my favorite sets to build, even though it's 421 pieces. It's pretty small, but I think it's fun. It's a very fun display piece. As you saw, I had it back there, and I think I'll leave it on display for quite a while. So I definitely recommend this set. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I wouldn't say this is like the perfect set, because it is $60, which is pretty expensive for 421 pieces, although there are a lot of custom printed pieces and some interesting parts usages as well. But there are no minifigs in this set, which I wasn't expecting any minifigs, so that's not going to jack up the price either. But I think it's mainly the printed pieces that might jack up the price up to $60, which is, like I said, a bit pricey for it. So I was able to find it for $50, and I'd say 50's fine. I'd prefer it to be 40, but yeah, so that's the Lego Game Boy. Let me know what you guys think of the set, if you got it, and yeah, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.